There are so many advantages to fasting as compared to a regular diet. Here's my top 7. Number 7, simplicity. Fasting is so simple that you can really explain it in 2 sentences. Don't eat any food for a certain period of time, and stay hydrated, drink lots of water. That's it. That's all you need. There's no more of this, oh, can I eat this? Can I eat that? How many calories is this? How many calories is that? No. Fasting is so easy. Just don't eat. Anybody can understand that. It's so simple. This video course is done. I was just kidding. Advantage number 6. It's cheap. There's lots of great diets out there. For instance, the paleo diet is great. But eating local, grass-fed, organic beef can be very expensive. Carbohydrates, on the other hand, are very cheap and filling. That's why people eat so much of them. You can buy a loaf of bread for 99 cents. You could feed your whole family with a big plate of pasta for $2. Buying high-quality proteins and fats can be expensive, and that can be a problem for many people. Fasting, on the other hand, is completely free. It's available to everybody. If you live in the furthest town with no access to anything, you can still fast. It doesn't cost you anything. Advantage number 5, convenience. Think about it. There's no more preparation time. There's no more cooking time. There's no time that you spend buying your groceries. There's no cleanup time. It saves time. It doesn't take time. So while there's a lot of diets out there that say, wow, you should eat all your own home-cooked, prepared from scratch meals, that's great. But who has the time for that? Between my boys' hockey practices, taking them to the rink, working full-time, being on call, well, it's really hard to make a full, from-scratch meal every single day. Well, fasting takes care of that problem. It saves time. Number 4, it allows you to feast and to fast. Diets have to be intermittent. That's important because you can't sustain a continuous diet. There are going to be times where you're going to want to eat. For instance, say you have a big anniversary or a wedding. Who wants to be the big party pooper all the time? Oh, I can't drink alcohol. I can't eat your wedding cake. Well, sometimes it's just considered rude. And sometimes you just don't want to be the guy who's always missing out on all the fun. So this allows you for occasional cheat days where you can eat some wedding cake and really have fun and let loose. This is really the cycle of life. You feast and then you fast. It's not all feasting and it's not all fasting, right? You don't celebrate your big 50th anniversary with a big kale salad. You have a cake. Do it because you know you can fast, and that's important. Number 3, power. If you don't eat for an entire week, do you think you'll lose weight? Well, of course. That's pretty obvious. So fasting has unparalleled power for people to lose weight, and it's unquestioned. The effectiveness simply cannot be questioned. There's almost nothing more powerful than fasting because how can you eat less than 0? It's impossible. Advantage number 2, flexibility. Fasting can be done at any time, anywhere. There's no special foods, and you can stop at any time. This is very important. Let me tell you a story. I've had 2 patients. One of them decided that she would undergo bariatric surgery. This is a surgery where they cut her stomach to the size of a walnut. And so she can't eat. And so she lost a lot of weight. Unfortunately, like a lot of other people who do this surgery, there were complications. She had scarring and she started to throw up all the time. And the problem was that these complications of surgery were completely irreversible. They can't unstaple her stomach. My other patient, on the other hand, thought about it. He actually went for a consultation to get bariatric surgery. But then I met with him. I said, wow, don't do that. Why don't you try some fasting instead? It's bariatric surgery without the surgery. And what happened to him was that he fasted and he followed an intermittent fast and he lost the same amount of weight. But he's not having any complications. He can stop at any time. If he decides that he wants to eat a little bit more to celebrate, he can. And he can follow that up with some more fasting. So there's so much more flexibility with fasting, which is all natural solution versus, say, surgery. One is very happy with the way things worked out. The other one, unfortunately, we can't help. The number one advantage is that you can add fasting to any diet. In weight loss, there's really two major questions that we have to answer: what to eat and when to eat. So we obsess all the time about what to eat. Should I eat avocados? Can I eat olive oil? Can I eat pasta? Can I eat bread? And those are all great questions. But we never think about the second question, which is when are we supposed to eat? And so if we're only looking at half the question, we're only going to get half the solution. So fasting, even if it's only for 12 hours at a time, gives us a major new weapon in our struggle against obesity and diabetes. Suppose, for instance, you don't eat meat. You can still fast. You don't eat dairy? You can still fast. You have a nut allergy? You can still fast. You don't have time? Well, you can still fast. Oh, you don't have money? You can still fast. You're traveling? Yeah, you can still fast. You're 80 years old? You can still fast. You don't cook? You can still fast. What could possibly be simpler? This is because fasting is not something to do. It's something not to do. In other words, it's subtraction rather than addition. It's not adding to your list of problems. It's not adding to your problems. It's subtracting them. It's simplifying. Fasting simplifies your life.